All right, welcome back to part two on crate training. So in this, we're in the second phase of training with our young dog Aries. Remember, Aries has had a big growth physically because he's older now than when our first phase of our training has started. We got pretty busy and got sidetracked and did not complete going by age, which is very common. And so remember, if you're following along with these videos, age is not what matters. What matters is ability and where they are in their training. But today we're going to talk a little bit more about crate training. Crate training is the gift that keeps on giving. Crate training your dog is so good for them because this gives them their own personal space. It gives them a chance to rest. It gives them a chance to have their own space and feel secure. Dogs like to have that personal space. They want to have that den. In the wild, dogs will have a den. What I'm going to show you today is a little trick that we do that helps with crate training and is a part of a kind of a stepping stone that we'll use down the road. So at the beginning, when we start a dog with crate training, we are tempting them in with food, and we are physically putting them in the crate. As this progresses, the dogs figure out very quickly. It only takes a few days before dogs realize I go in the crate and I get food. Young dogs, remember, are highly, highly motivated by food. And so we use that to help them learn important lessons. So that's what we're doing here today with Aries. Now, today, the lesson is a little bit more than this because today what I'm going to do is we're going to be using the crate, and in particular, I'm going to use this second crate. Today, we're trying to help Aries get more and more confident with jumping up into something. Most people who have a hunting retriever want their dog to be able to jump up into the bed of a pickup or jump up into a trailer. They want them to be able to jump up into something. And today what we're doing is we're taking the crate training that we've been using and we're adding the command to it, the word kennel. Kennel is a word that we use that means get inside of something. And so kennel can be a plastic crate like this. It can be it can be a, you know, inside the vehicle. Kennel can mean go through a door. Kennel can mean get inside of a ground blind to hide. Or it can mean a holding blind at a hunt test. Kennel means get inside of something and stay there. It's a very valuable command. And I want to show you how we teach that. Aries here, of course, has been in a crate since he was, 8, 9 weeks old. He's been comfortable sleeping in a crate with no problem. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to help him understand the command and we're going to help him jump up into something. So I have a bowl of food, and Aries, of course, like all Labradors, he's very interested in the food. He's always likes the food. And Aries has a tendency to want to go to stay on the floor. He wants to stay on the ground. But we need to help encourage him to get up into something. If you think about all the applications for this hunting wise, this is your timber stands, your elevated dog blinds, like an Invisalab, that's where the dog has got to be up and we want him up out of the water. There's a lot of applications for getting up on something. It's just going to be very useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this top crate. Kennel, good boy. And I'm going to give him a bite to eat. So as soon as he gets in there, he gets the food reward. Now, we actually feed our dogs every day in their crates. If you have multiple dogs, feeding in the crate is an excellent way to make sure every dog is getting proper nutrition. They're getting the proper number of calories. If they have medications they're on, you can be certain that they will be getting the right thing. And what's great about this is you can do multiple reps. Come on, bud. Here. Come on. Attaboy. Aries, come on. Huh? We're not so sure now. Okay, come on. And if you have a dog that's a little nervous about this process, remove the door. Because the door can sometimes be a barrier. If they see that door moving, that can intimidate a dog. Come on. Here we go. Come on. Aries. Come on. Come on. Hey. Come on. Now he's like, I get fed in my crate. What are you talking about, boss? Come here. Come on. Aries, come on. Here we go. Aries, come on. Come on. Okay. Do we need to help out? We can go ahead and give you a little nudge. Just a little pull. Come on. There we go. Good boy. Good. Aries, kennel. See how he wants to go to the lower one? Good, kennel. Good boy. So don't be surprised if your dog is a little apprehensive about jumping up into something. It's very common. Aries is not a huge fan of doing this. So this is actually a drill we're going to have to work on more, getting up and out of something. Now, I do want to stress one thing to think about when you're doing this is to think about your dog's health, in particular his joint health. Um, if you have a really young dog, you want to be careful with this and limit this height. Okay, if you've got like a big, 1-ton truck that the tailgate is up chest high or shoulder high, you probably don't want like a 5 or 6 month old dog jumping off that. They will break bones doing that. I have seen dogs break bones or have stress on their joints from coming out of a particularly tall vehicle. So if you've got a really tall pickup, you may need to think about either physically lifting up and down or using a ramp to provide that. Here, we're only up about 20 inches. So this is a perfectly fine height for the dog to move up and down. Also consider if the dog is landing on concrete, they landing on grass. There's lots of pieces to consider to make sure that your dog is being safe. But this little process of loading up into a crate to get his food, the kennel command, is going to pay big dividends later.